Here we are, game 2, Eagles and Panthers. The Benton Panthers claimed the outright conference championship last ball game. So they are the 1 seed. The Eagles have already locked up the 2 seed. Toll in the circle to start the ball game. That's a foul ball by the shortstop Lydia Bethards.
Did you happen to see if Benton's lineup changed?
I don't think it changed very much. They're probably trying to go for undefeated conference record.
Oh, I guarantee you they are.
There's a ground ball. Brewer fields it. Brewer to first.
Good job.
And that's the first out.
Good job, Riley.
Yeah, Briley Brewer at short to start the ball game since Toll starts at pitching. You've got Sarah Kate Steele in right, and that's really the only change. You've got Cates in center, Dita Porterfield in left, Reed at third, Brewer obviously at second, Brewer at short, King at second, Sal first, Toll pitching, and McLaughlin catching this game. Now, the lineup I was given said Sarah Kate Steele's our DP, which is wrong because she's in right field.
Right.
There's a bunt. Toll. Throw to King. It's past her.
Oh, she's going to third. Goodness gracious.
She's rounding. And the throw gets away from
She's
Reed.
going to score. That's not the way you want to start that game.
And Sully is not very happy, to say the least.
Oh, that's not going to go well. I couldn't see what happened over in the corner, obviously, but when the throw came back across, I don't know if it got cut or what, but anyway, got away from third base, allowed her to score. She got to third on the throwing error.
Strike one.
You got to shake that off. Who is this? Number 7.
Hit to
Peyton
right.
Stewart
flies out to Steele. That was almost identical to the game-winning out we had against Bentonville.
So 2 outs. Look, just get the third out, get out of here, and let's burn the tape on that.
Yes.
Forget about it and move on.
Burn the tape.
That's the John Calipari when they went out and lost where they had 17 first-half points on South Carolina or something. Or they said just burn the tape and move on.
2 outs. This is now to Audrey DiGiovanna. 1-0. Fouled back. Making it 1-1. You want to see Lila really get a good start here. Pitched a little bit last game. Had a run on her. See what she can do. 1-1. Grounder to King. The field, the throw. And that's the third out. 1 run for the Panthers off a lot of errors.
Well, yeah, on one play.
One play.
2 errors, and cost a run there.
See what the Eagles can do.
No big harm done. 1's not bad.
Not bad. We'll see what the Eagles can do going to the bottom of the first. Eagles trying to write a different story here from Benton after a 15-0 game 1. And time called by Coach Heidi Cox. Crane was in the circle. And now we'll see a pitching change.
Isn't that interesting? Before she ever throws the first pitch.
Without a pitch, now we'll see number 33, Bella Villanueva. Villanueva.
Who's the second most used pitcher for Benton. She's pitched 39.2 innings, allowed 19 hits, 6 walks, and 35 strikeouts. So she's done a good job when she's been in there. She's only pitched half as many innings as Rexy.
You just knew Coach Heidi Cox was going to pull a fast one.
That was a
awesome.
mind game right
I know,
there.
that's-
It was just a mind game
Haven't
deal.
seen that at all this year.
Well, I don't know that I've ever seen a pitcher replaced before the first pitch,
No.
absent an injury or something.
Now Lila Toll, the pitcher for this ball game today, the starting pitcher, is up to bat first. Villanueva. One's low. Let's make him think the pitching change is wrong. Or off the bat, Chris. I want to see it.
Well, that's, yeah.
That one hit to left center. And the catch is made by the left fielder. Don't have the name.
Well, the last game, the left fielder was Moix.
Moix.
Yeah. It's Liv Cates.
The new UAM commit. Ooh, fouls it off her leg while she's in the box.
Where did it hit? Did
Right
at
on
least
the
hit
left
shin
ankle.
guard?
On
Oh,
the
hit
left
the
ankle.
inside of the ankle. Oh, yeah.
It was the left ankle.
Yeah.
So as she was turning, it came here on the left ankle.
I just heard it hit the bat, and I looked up and I couldn't find the ball.
I know. She'll take that one, making it 1-1.
So some of the fans were asking about the tag play at home that last game. Like, I don't know. From our angle, we couldn't
See anything as there's a blooper caught.
Yeah, from our angle, we really couldn't tell, but I think that's kind of a moot point at a 13-0 game. I told one of us, if we come back to 14-13 here, then we'll start talking about that play.
Yeah.
Until then, that one didn't matter too much. Some questions about strike zone, and my opinion was it really wasn't anything egregious that I saw. Did you? I mean, there was a couple that I would say, yeah, maybe not.
But, I mean, nothing compared to last Friday here.
Right. We just got out hit. We just absolutely no way around it right there.
We're here to write a different story for the second game.
Give the credit to Rexy Crane. I mean, she pitched a heck of a game.
0-1.
Only allowed 2 hits.
In their strike 2. Well, to be fair, this game, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, really doesn't matter.
No, this means nothing. This is just bragging rights right now, and they want their undefeated conference record. We want to bust it up.
0-2, right at Villanueva. That'll be a single for Sal.
So that last game, it's like Lila had a single, Cates had a single. That's it, 2 hits.
Now batting number 34, Raylan Kelly.
A single right there for Emma Sal.
Now we'll see the Three Rivers signee, Raylan Kelly. Kelly flies that one up.
Could be
over
trouble.
To foul territory, and the catch is made by Aubrey Jackson to end the inning. No runs for the Eagles. Toll breaking ball, first pitch.
0-0, Azimoro.
She's the 4-hole this game? No.
Five
hole.
5 hole.
It's still on my roster. Hers the 5-hole. I don't know why I'm asking. Any different? 2-0. Got another train coming through. I can hear it. 2-0. That one ripped to left.
It's like their batted balls have laser guidance.
Yes.
They're just perfectly between the third base shortstop gap or the first base second base
all
gap
the time.
or the left field gap or the center field gap. It was just shot after shot.
When we're talking about this team in Benton, it's like there's been no changes since 2014. I mean, other than one assistant coach and Brittany Dorsey, there's been no changes between main head coach Heidi Cox and Chris Murphy. I mean, 2014, 2021, 2022, 2023, they won the state championship. I
say, what does that say out there? State champs 21, 22, and 23?
Yes.
Who won it last year?
Sheridan.
And they beat BB in the finals?
They beat BB in the finals. So,
Wow.
I mean, this group of seniors for this Benton team this Benton team has seen 2 state championships.
Right.
And they watched one as 8th graders. 1-1, a bunt. Toll, the throw to Save King. Gets the first out.
Well, somebody made a comment the other day about Bentonville, and I'm assuming the same thing happens pretty much anywhere. You start winning 2 or 3 state championships in a row, and you start getting kids school choice into your district. And I know that's not really the way it's supposed to work, but
then again, I mean, why not?
They're just using the rules that are available.
So this Benton team last year lost in the first round 8-5. They were the 3 seed out of the South. They lost to Greenbrier, who was the 2 seed in the West at the time, 8-5.
I was just trying to figure out how they're 5A with 3,000. No, that was Bentonville had 3,000 kids.
Bentonville.
They're 6A. I don't know what the enrollment of Benton is.
Outside 2-0. It sure felt like a lot when we were coming here today. A lot of traffic. I was grateful to see.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
The change to 6 o'clock game time because I wasn't going to make it on time. I don't think.
Well, yeah, I was just barely here in time after my computer took me out into
the middle of
no man's
nowhere.
land. I mean, I'm telling you, the road got narrow, and I was like, "There's no way people use this road to go to Benton High School." I was like, "This cannot be right." Finally, wound up at a gravel driveway. I knew this wasn't right.
3-1. And that'll walk. 1 for Toll. So Benton High School enrollment has 1,319 kids.
So this is, did I see 32 on there?
Yes.
Yeah, Anna Lackey.
So Benton High School has 1,900 or 1,300 kids.
Okay. So we're like 700.
Yeah. So double us, but I mean, you look at Bryant, and Bryant's got 2,400. So I mean, that's why they're 6A.
Oh wow.
They've got a lot more. 0-1.
Well, one thing about Coach Sullivan for the Lady Eagles, he's not scared to play the best. He's scheduled Harbor that we didn't get to play due to rain.
Who's one of Benton's losses this year?
Yes, he's played Bentonville. Of course, we have to play our conference teams, but non-conference we've played Cabot. We're going to play Bryant Friday night. Mm-hmm. He chocked it full.
Gauntlet.
We didn't have any cupcakes on the non-conference schedule.
No, I mean the one that you could maybe consider a non-conference cupcake would have been Valley View. That's not even a cupcake. They were.
Oh, that's who beat us in the first round last year.
1-2, now 2-2. I mean, at the time they were the 1 seed in the East, and now they're the 3. You could maybe make an argument for North Little Rock.
They're down. Yes, they're down. Now, they're not going to stay down. They're better this year than they were last year.
2 of their girls transferred from North Little Rock to Sylvan, so, I mean, it's hard to deal with that when you've got girls transferring.
Well, we caught Mayflower and Quitman both shorthanded due to basketball. So you can't really say, we just didn't quite have their best lineup.
Full count from Toll to Analaki.
Then Lone Oak. I'm going to say we just weren't fully prepared for that.
So, yeah, like I said, 2 of the losses for this Benton team came from 6A West Springdale Harbor and 6A Central Bryant, just right up the road, 3-2, who we've got to play Friday. Bryant's a tough one. They'll probably, I think they're the 1 seed in the Central this year. (3-2) ground ball. Brewer checks second to throw to
Good
first.
play.
Gets
Good
the
play,
second
Riley.
out. Smart play.
Yeah, absolutely. Check that runner. Great play. That makes you feel confident about.
Well,
because we know we're losing 3 infielders next year.
Yes.
Actually, we're losing 4 if you count one of the catchers.
True.
Here comes Cameron.
So Bryant plays Jonesboro tomorrow for a chance to win their conference, who we play Friday. They played Sheridan yesterday. There's still no score from that one.
To where are the 6A playoffs?
Just had it pulled up. So there's a wild pitch. That'll score another for Benton. 2-0 Benton. The 6A playoffs this year are at Bentonville and Bentonville West. So they'll be at those 2 fields for the first round and second round, and then back to just Bentonville for the first. 2-0.
I was struggling a little bit with control here.
You know she can hum it in there, but it's just a matter of controlling it.
There's a good pitch.
2-1.
Comes some geese.
2-1. Foul ball. Yeah, Friday, senior night, you got Bryant. Make sure you come out for that. I mean, it's going to be a good game.
I'll be there.
As always. Yeah. Good night celebrating the seniors. And
I'll be there.
We're already making state, so it's not going to be our last game. It'll be our last home game at the Eagle softball field.
Yep, senior night will be a dinner on the field after the game for the seniors and parents, managers, coaches.
Fouled off. What do they have? Do I get to?
Last year they had an Italian buffet.
I'm going to work my way into getting a plate, I think.
Oh, yeah, you can get a plate. Absolutely. There was a salad and maybe some sort of fettuccine pasta type thing.
Wow. You didn't cook it, did you?
No. No, I don't do Italian, so that
okay.
I had salad.
Fouled off.
I don't know what they're doing this year. I'd have volunteered to cook steaks if somebody buy them.
You don't want to buy the steaks.
First Security Grill out there.
Yes.
No, it was a Centennial Grill.
No,
I messed that up the whole night.
Centennial, yeah.
Yeah, I messed that. I kept calling it First Security. I'm sorry, Centennial. It was the Centennial Grill. There for Pee Wee night. We had the burgers and hot dogs.
Smoked the field out.
Yeah, it did.
For a second.
It did.
2-2. Ground ball. Going to end up being foul.
She's had a good at-bat. That's about 4 foul balls for Kolkliger.
Now, was that an attempted bunt or we?
It was, yeah.
But it's foul, so she's out?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It was a
okay. Slap.
Yes.
I guess it's a way you can
just
deter.
looked like a bunt the way it went out.
I guess it's a way you can deter being a bunt third strike.
That is and that's we've brought that up before. I've talked to some other coaches about that. Like, it's a fine line.
Yeah.
But see, you've got a swing.
She's
The bat crosses through the
yeah.
plate versus out front of the plate waiting on the ball. So there's your difference. So it's considered a swing.
I guess so.
The bat comes all the way through the plate, and then it kind of stops. she's not sitting out there just waiting to receive the ball with the bat. Which I've always thought a bunt third strikeout is a pretty silly rule anyway.
Yeah. Toll with a jumping grab.
There you go.
The throw over to Sal. Gets the third. 1 run for the Panthers here in the second. Eagles need to get something going in the bottom of the second. Lene McLaughlin, the catcher, up to bat. She's the 5-hole. Chris, the air in here keeps getting colder and colder. I'm
It is
starting
a little
to
chilly.
shiver.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
But
in
right
there.
when it gets a little too cold, it turns off. So I'm like, okay, I can bear it. I did bring a long sleeve.
We can open this door. I feel like we're in the dungeon over here.
We are.
We're the stepchild down here in the little, supposed to be a one-person radio room. Got both of us in here.
It works out just fine.
We could have moved during the break down there, I guess, but I didn't want to move all this stuff.
2-0, fouled in the glove, making it 2-1. But it's not bad in here. I like it. It's kind of homey. We're tight, but it's not too tight. 2-1 from Villanueva. Fouled off. I got scared.
That messed up somebody's camera. Did you see it?
That's
Look
our
at it,
team's
fell out of the
GoPro.
rack. Yep, messed up somebody's. Well, if I thought we were going to be here for the state tournament rather than outside, I'd bring us a little area rug, maybe a little potted plant back here.
But I don't know where we'll be at. We'll be situated. For
We don't
state
even know if we're
tournament.
going to be at this park or not, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess we do now.
We do now. We'll be here. So the state tournament game, we will play Thursday at 5:30 next week here from Benton. That'll be a joy for that one. We'll likely be playing Van Buren as a pop-up. It's Corral for the first out. I think we're thinking about the lineup, Coach Sullivan, he had Lane McLaughlin in right field. The flex is Bradley Brewer for this game, but in catching he had Raylan Kelly again. Never happens. And then Circuit Steele, the DP. And so we're okay. This is a little bit different lineup. Well, then he gets up here, pulls a fast one on us. So,
Maybe
Heidi
a little
Cox.
gamesmanship going on both sides.
The Heidi Cox pulled a fast one, put in Villanueva after no pitches. So we can't say much. A 1 grounder by Steele. And
beat that out.
she'll beat it out.
Yeah. Nice.
That's what I love about softball, Chris, is you never know on those little dribbler ground balls. If you don't charge
If
it.
you got a fast kid and you don't charge the ball, you could very easily have an infield single.
Yeah, and that's what you saw there.
That was Coach Mize's GoPro. You see
Yeah.
Kenley Bonger down there fixing it.
That Lady Eagles start a "She's a Freshman" chant after the ground ball. 1-0. Fouled back out of play by Reed. You know, today, Chris, as I was listening to 103.7 The Buzz and on my way home from school, I heard, just Wes Moore is doing his talk show, and I'm like, okay, he's talking, whatever, and then he just stops. He's a caller, and he starts yelling at the caller because Bree Ellis hit a walk-off grand slam in the SEC tournament. I was like,
I saw that.
He started going, oh, I was like, what's going on? I said, what happened? And he's like, walk-off grand slam by Bree Ellis.
So I didn't catch the game or anything, but a friend of mine sent me that clip. I was listening to the clip. Apparently, they either walked her or pitched around her all game.
Yeah.
But she got up with the bases loaded. They had to throw to her.
Yeah.
Because if they scored one run, it was going to be a walk-off.
I looked into it, and what happened was her first at-bat, she got intentionally walked because she's the best softball player in the nation, most likely. And then her second at-bat, she got hit by a pitch on the first pitch. And so she had no opportunity to swing the bat the entire game. Takes ball one, and her third at-bat, and bottom of the seventh, 1-1 ball game against Georgia, smacks the next one for a home run. I mean,
wow.
You can't beat it.
What game was that in the SEC?
It's just their
first
round. I think it's quarterfinals, and there is strike three looking for Reed.
Now that I don't agree with. That looked well inside.
It did. Reed didn't like it.
Now batting number 6, Dita Porterfield.
Now Dita. See what she can do.
First pitch swung on and missed.
The throwback won't get steal. One and one. Popped up by Porterfield, and the catch is made by the right fielder, Kaylee Moix, for the third out of the inning. Eagles still searching for that first run.
And that does it for the top of the second.
Lila Toll still dealing for the Eagles. She's allowed 2 runs across the plate. That one fouled off from the top of the order, Lydia Bethards.
It is. Had a single and a double in the first game tonight. Grounded out to shortstop Briley Brewer first inning here. Good pitch. 0-2 count to Bethards.
0-2 count. Congrats to Lila Toll. She got Vilonia High School Citizen of the Year today.
Oh, wow.
In their senior awards.
Nice.
Great softball player, great person. Not the best poker player, I'll say.
I wonder if you were going to say that.
1 and 2. That one high. Yeah, a lot of Lady Eagles just very accomplished, not even in just softball, but, obviously Toll getting Citizen of the Year at high school. Great person. Oh, that one right back at her. Threw her glove out, couldn't get it. 2-2.
First reaction was to get out of the way, which I don't blame her. That ball was coming right back at her face.
I'm not going to stand in the way of anything Lydia Bethards hits.
Yeah, that's – look, and you don't want her to.
No.
If she gets on base, she gets on base. But we don't need one of our pitchers hit in the face or neck or, get an injury right there.
She gets hit in the face, she's all right. She got the mask.
Still going to hurt.
Still going to hurt. The delayed steal. Throw down not there.
You've seen the pictures there's a couple pictures out there of girls with balls stuck in their mask.
Huh.
Right there between the top bar and the bar across the middle of the face.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Because you get so scared if it's going to hit you. That one gets by. So Bethards on to third. Sullivan will move in the infield.
So I heard a coach say the other day, and I don't know if it's true or not, I hadn't checked up on it, said that there are no face guards or masks that are guaranteed, like rated, like motorcycle helmets have to go through this Department of Transportation safety checks. That doesn't exist in the world of softball masks.
Really?
It's just strange to me. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard it.
3-0. That one's a ball, making it 4-0. A walk. On goes Moix. Well, you got to think, maybe at some point they'll figure out. But this is fairly new, right? The idea of the mask is pretty new. When did it come into play?
Well, I don't know. I've seen some of those older pitchers on Team USA and whatnot when they first started going to fast pitch that had them. So I think they've been around quite a while. I think you just don't see them, in college much unless it's a catcher or a pitcher or maybe third base. Now in 12U and 10U, you have to wear them if you're on the infield.
Yeah.
But you do not have to wear. I think at 10U everybody has to wear them, but at 12U they loosen it up on the outfielders.
So the late 1990s is when they started wearing them.
Late 90s? Well, that's 20-something years ago. When did fast pitch come to Arkansas? Is my question.
Swinging
Well,
and
I
miss
can tell you
1-1.
I can tell you when it did, because I think my wife was the last slow pitch high school team out of Jacksonville, which would have been about 94, 95. And then they went to fast pitch.
That one hit to center. Cates lets it bounce. And a runner come across.
That was an in-betweener right there. Didn't really know, She did a good job to stop that ball. If you don't stop it, it's going to score multiple.
Number 13, Audrey Nidima.
Can't find anything on when it came to Arkansas.
Men have been playing fast pitch since the 50s. My dad was on a fast pitch team in college.
Florida 519. I have no guess as to what that is.
So it's the first and third with no out play. So runner takes second on ball. Ball one to Dio.
Giovanna.
Yeah. Her.
Her.
Nice pitch.
I can't find anything. If anybody knows when the first ever
Live fan feedback?
Yeah, when fast pitch was introduced into Arkansas, let us know because we are searching
At the
finding
high school
nothing.
level.
Yeah, at the
I'm
high
going to
school
say
level.
at the high school level was mid-90s.
1-1. Yeah.
Kim graduated in 98. She would have been at Jacksonville in 94. And she was still slow pitch for Jacksonville in 94. Really? Yeah, 94, 95.
If anybody has the exact year, that'd be awesome. 1-2 from Toll. Slap bunt. Pop up. Reed will corral it. Making it 1 out. Now we see Azzy Morrow.
So, man.
Morrow hits that one in the gap between third and short.
I was about to say, this game just didn't have a real good feel to it.
No.
It's only 3 runs, now 4 runs. Certainly within reach in the third inning, but you just don't have a good vibe. But we got to start hitting the ball. Don't have the best body language out there right now.
The throwdown.
Third down gets away. We got a player injured.
Scores another run
That
for
would
Benton.
be Azzy Morrow. She's trying to steal second base. I think maybe the ball hitter, or she slid awkwardly. I'm not sure, but she's up now. Seems to be okay.
Did score another run, so 5-0 Benton.
Trainers checking on Azzy.
Well, that's coaches.
Oh, was that the coaches? Okay.
First and third base coaches. It's Heidi Cox and
Okay.
Coach Chris Murphy. I'm trying to see. We're kind of blocked out by this pole. No, I think Brewer just kind of rolled over.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the ball. That was just
Brewer
a little
just rolled
collision.
over.
Yeah, a little player collision there.
So we got Revolution 12. Says, I was 15 when it started, I think, and she's 40 now. So that puts it at 25 years ago. It's 2000. That was the high school level? I don't know.
No, I think it was before that.
Anybody else got a guess? We got a 1-0 count here to Aubrey Jackson. Excuse me, umpire says 0-1.
Says 0-1. They got 1-0 on the board.
He made it very exaggerated when he said 0-1, so I'm going to guess he said 0-1.
Yep.
Make it
he
1-1.
says 1-1. So.
If he's worried about the scoreboard, why is he not figuring out why Benton's name's not popping up? There's a smiley face in there. Landon Toll is running the scoreboard, so maybe he found a way to get a smiley face up there.
I don't know, but it's got some sort of malfunction.
I'm gonna say it's Landon's doing, as there's a bunt laid down. The throw to first is not there. Good job by Aubrey Jackson to get that bunt.
I don't know that I've seen the pitchers field so many balls. That's like the fourth ball she's fielding.
Now, coming to the plate, first baseman, number 27, Lakin Griffin.
You'll normally see somebody else go field that.
Well, she's the only one that had a chance.
Yeah.
And she was still too fast.
Another bunt, laid out.
Did she catch it? No?
No, she didn't catch it.
Hit the
0-1.
ground. Good effort by Linnea.
Just got an update from Revolution 12. Says her freshman year it was in. There's a throwdown, not there.
Well, there's one play you've been wondering about. Second base comes over and cuts off that throw to second and try to decoy the runner from third. Now, what did Revolution say?
Said it was there when she was a freshman.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch.
1-2. So, question, Chris. If the batter steps out of the box while she's slapping it, like she's hitting the changeup, she's out of the box, that's an illegally batted ball, right?
Yes.
So that'd be a strike or would be an out.
I think if she bats the ball in play and she's out of the box, she's out.
Really?
Yeah.
But if it's just a foul, it's just a regular foul?
Yes, I believe that's right.
2-2, that one's hit. Foul. Because, I mean, while I got the
I may
opportunity.
be incorrect.
Yeah.
I'm sitting. Now you got my brain spinning now. I'm
While
really
I got
not
the
sure.
opportunity to call college softball, the girl was out the box to the right, and she was slapping. She
Both
came
feet
out,
or 1 foot?
1 foot out to the right, came out, and so you never knew what would happen if they came out
Make contact with
front.
the ball when you're outside of the box. Are you out regardless of where the ball goes?
It was a strike, and then it happened 2 times in a row, which would have been a third strike. And so that was an out because of strike 3. I don't know if it's different here. But she stepped to the right of the box. Like she was a left-handed batter, and then her foot went out to the right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Full count.
I don't think it matters if it's right or front. Out is out.
And that's another walk. This is some good experience for Toll. You haven't seen her pitch a lot this year. Came in for Greenbrier and Maumelle. That's about it.
It's been most effective coming in relief for an out or two or an inning.
Here she is getting her first start of the year. You know, McLaughlin's done a good job all night of getting the ball and make sure it's stopped. You know, not letting it by her. Unless it's over her head, she can't get to it. But she's doing a good job of letting it not get by her.
Bases loaded. Need an out here. A double play would be wonderful. Batter steps out.
One and 0. The pitch. Another one low.
Time.
Time.
We're going to get a rag.
Chambly brings out a rag. Maybe the rag made her worse.
Oh, short.
3-0.
Short hop there. We'll have a discussion from junior catcher Linnea McLaughlin. She may have noticed something in her mechanics there, or maybe just reiterating we're coming home with the ball if you field another one.
Yeah. I think you got a pinch hitter.
Or maybe they're talking about getting ice cream after the game.
I don't know. Just trying to.
I doubt it.
Well, you could bust the nerves. I mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of times it's a strategy for coaches to go out and tell their pitcher a joke or something. You know, try to break the tension.
I did that once as a catcher and it didn't work out good. The dude didn't laugh at it, and he said,
well, I've tried it with my 10U kids and they didn't get my joke. I said, why do they call softball pitchers criminals? And they
There's
look
ball
at you
4.
and say, why? And I say, because they deal underhanded. And they look at me like, what are you talking about?
Right fielder, number 23, Cameron Carter.
I would laugh at that, but I tried to tell a joke one time, and my pitcher was like, "Shut up! What are you doing?"
It's like, I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah.
So my 10-year-old or 9-year-old, fixing to be 10-year-old, she's like, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, they deal underhanded. And she said, what does underhanded mean? I was like, well, it's a play on words. You pitch underhanded. And it's like, she didn't understand what it meant to be underhanded in the aspect of being not a good person or crook, you know.
held off into the glove, making it 1-1. That's
It's like one of those that came off the. Do y'all still? I don't know if kids these days still eat the Laffy Taffy, the banana
I
Laffy
eat it
Taffy.
every
They still
now
have the
and then.
jokes on them. They still
Yeah.
have the jokes on them.
yeah.
It's a Laffy Taffy joke.
Fouled off, 1-2.
All right, let's go get it right here, LT.
Need this out for the Eagles. You got to get something going. They're down 6-0.
Nowhere to put her. We got to get it out.
Down 6-0. Got to get something happening here. The 1-2. Hits.
Change up hitter.
Hits Kolklager. And walks another run. Time called by Sullivan. And that may end Toll's night.
Here comes Cortland Duncan.
That's going to do it on the night for Toll. We'll see Duncan come on to pitch. We'll take a break. Freshman Cortland Duncan now on the pitch.
She comes in a tough spot here.
Bases loaded. Got the leadoff batter.
I mean, it really couldn't be much of a tougher spot.
Lydia Bethard's a home run leader on this team.
There's some maybe less sense of urgency in the fact that we're down 7-0. It's not a tie ball game or anything, like bottom of the seventh tied, but still, you come in as a freshman, you want to have a good performance, and you've got bases loaded.
She came into the ball game the other day 3-1, right? Against Bentonville.
3-1, struggled, wound up coming back and winning the ball game, but struggled there initially. See if we can have a better performance here. That's a good pitch, and
Just
he
real
did
high.
not give it to her. A little high.
3-0, got a pitch to her here. I know it's Bethard's, and you don't want to give anything for her to hit to the Mississippi
it doesn't
College
get any
commit.
better down the lineup. You know, you got Moix and then Stewart.
3-0. And that'll walk in another.
So all of a sudden,
Now coming to the plate, your left fielder, number 19, Katie Moix.
All of a sudden,
all
kind
of
of
a
looks a
sudden, it's
little.
the third inning. Yeah, it's now it's
Looks
seems
like
like
the
it seems
door-
like we're slipping. You know, it's slipping away
The
here.
door's getting shut.
We've
pretty
got
quickly.
to get an out.
There's a strike for Duncan.
Yeah, I mean, we just a few batters ago, we were at 3 and then 4, and you're like, okay, we're still in the game. We get a couple outs, but now it's starting to stretch out there on us. You got to buckle down and try to stop the bleeding.
0-1. That one high. Benton won the first game 15-0 on a run rule after 4. The Eagles just really couldn't get any bats going that game, and Benton just out-hit us. I mean, it's just how it is. Now they're up 8-0 here in the second ball game. We're in the top of the third. Two, 1.
I felt pretty decent about tonight until we got the delayed start.
Yes.
And then it got delayed again, and I'm thinking,
well, it's all because we were late.
The players were rushed. They didn't get through their full warm-ups like they normally do. Mm-hmm. Benton did get through their full warm-ups. They were here since, 4 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
And when I got here to start setting up, they were, already going through all their progressions. And, not sure what's happening here. We got a timeout by the umpire for I don't know why. Anyway, here we go. Ready?
2-1.
Anyway, the girls got to warm up their arms, stretch a little bit, and take infield, but I never saw them warm up batting, and that was a concern.
2-2.
Original start time would have been 4:30, and then switched to 5:30 today, and then bumped back to 6.
Just because we were running late.
Right.
2-2. The throw home is
One
there.
out home. Nice
Got
job.
the lead runner.
Nice job, Sal. I'm not Sal. Reed, excuse me.
And Reed knew
5-2.
exactly what to do with that ball as soon as she saw it.
Catcher number 7, Peyton Stewart.
Now we have the catcher, Peyton Stewart.
So Moix gets on a fielder's choice. 5-2 put out of Kolkinger for the second out.
Hit
That's
deep
trouble.
to left center.
That's trouble.
That is gone.
Peyton Stewart. That's what I say. We were talking about pitching around Bethers a while ago. You got Moix and Stewart right behind her.
And that is run number 12. No, 11.
Yeah, there was just 2
Wow.
on, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, there was 3 on.
No. We had the out at home.
Yeah. Kolkinger was out at home.
Wow. And it's not so much a bad pitch. It's just really good hitting by Stewart. You can't be down on yourself if you're Duncan. I mean, it's almost in the – I mean, it's barely over that wall.
Once again, it's a tough spot to come into there.
Yeah. Well, hey, just know at Maumelle, that's never a home run.
That's
That's a
right.
routine
No,
fly
yeah.
ball.
Not a home run there.
You could play baseball at Maumelle's field, Maumelle's softball field. It looks like Olivia Cates and Dita Porterfield didn't invite Steele to the party. I mean, they're talking in the left. Steele left all alone and right. Duncan still pitching. 2 outs. Just took a needed break there.
Now coming to the plate, center fielder number 13, Audrey DiGiovanna.
Audrey DiGiovanna, center fielder today. She's a cleanup batter. She's a cleanup batter, but how many home runs does she have, Chris?
This is Audrey.
Yes. Strike 1.
Only 1 coming into the night.
Cleanup batter with 1 home run. The girl in front of her, the Mississippi College commit Lydia Bethards, the one hole, has 6. A 1. I might get 1-1, which technically, Raylan isn't leading us in home runs, and she's our cleanup batter. But it's probably
Linnea, isn't it?
Linnea or could be Kendall.
I think Kendall's only had 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
2.
Sal's had a couple. I don't know that actually. I'll have to look that up.
I can look that real quick. I think Linnea's had 5
It's
or 6.
either Linnea or Raylan. My comment may be off there. 2-1. That one hit to left, and Porterfield gets it for the 3rd out. 11 runs for the Panthers as we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Let's get on base.
Savannah King looking to be the first base runner of this inning for the Eagles as there is a grounder
She'll
off the
beat
glove
that out. Good job.
of Morrow.
Good job.
And Savvy gets on after the first pitch.
12-run rally.
Need it. Gotta have it. So as we figured out last game, there is no run rule after 4. It's just 15 after 3, but if they get to 15 runs after 3 innings.
Right.
So in the 4th, they get to 15, that's over. But then it's plus 10 after 5. As there's a hit
shot.
to left.
That's gone.
Toll. Gone.
Yeah. Nice. And that was a changeup.
A 2-run shot from the senior Baylor signee, Lila Toll. Puts the damage down to 10.
So what you got to talk to yourself now about as players is we lay down, this is going to be a long bus ride home. Even if we don't win the game, if we can start hitting the ball and come back and make a game of this, the bus ride home is not going to be near as bad. You know, Coach may still have some things to say about the first game and whatnot, but he's going to say, look, I'm proud of the way you kept fighting and you stayed in this game and you never gave up. So that's what you got to work towards now.
Lila Toll now ties Raylan Kelly as the second for home runs on this team with 3. McLaughlin is the leader with 5, as we said in the break.
We've never seen this team give up, but we've never been in this situation either all year.
Yeah.
Nice.
12-2. That one's hit to center. Back at the wall.
Oh, at the wall. I just
caught,
knew that was gone.
Caught by DiGiovanna. It just lofted into the air.
Man, that ball kind of died. It was hit really high and really hard. I just thought sure that was going out. Maybe it was too high, like the guy Major League said. Not too high, too hard. Not too hard, it was too high.
The trajectory, it was more
trajectory,
curling upward. Here's Sal. Villanueva showing
Well
some
hit ball nonetheless.
Yeah, Villanueva showing some signs of weakness here after 2 innings. Feel like you have a chance. That one hit to right.
Get down.
It'll get down
There
for
you
a
go.
single.
There you go.
Sal thought for a split second she could get to second, but held up.
All right, Ray.
Number 34, Raylan Kelly.
One out. Here's the senior Kelly. One no to her. I want to see another home run here, Chris. I'm going to prophesy.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Fouled off.
Big swing.
In and on the hands, so it's kind of hard to get that one straight out there.
So I'm still trying to learn this DP and flex stuff.
Me and
we
you
didn't have
both.
we didn't have that baseball. So if Briley Brewer was listed as a flex and she was at the shortstop position, she was not in the batting lineup. Lila was. She took over at shortstop.
What does that do to her now?
Briley came out of the game. Well, so I think what would have happened is Cortland Duncan came in for Briley as the flex. So now
Oh,
Cortland's
okay.
the flex and everything else stays the same.
Yep. But Lila moves to short.
But Mila moved to short, but her batting order doesn't change.
1-2, fouled off.
Yeah, the DP stuff and the flex stuff is just foreign to baseball, an old
Yes.
baseball player.
Well, and
Back in
everything.
baseball, if you put a pinch runner in for somebody, they're done. They can't come back in the
Yeah.
game. But in softball, you can pinch run for somebody twice. It's not called a pinch run. You can put in a substitute to run, but the third time she's burned. There's a base hit.
It's a base hit by Kelly.
Nice. Showing some signs of life here. There is a pulse. The little flatline thing went deep, deep right there. We got 2 on with 1 out. 2 runs scored. See if Nene could hit a 3-run shot here.
Oh,
make
my,
it
that'd be
12-5.
awesome. Then you can really feel it come back.
That EKG's got a little beep, beep.
1 out, see what Linnea can do. Foul out of play over to the first base side.
What I like about Coach Continue is we just bat everybody, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can move anybody around or on the bench or back end, whatever. It doesn't matter if you're batting everybody in the lineup.
0-1. The blooper. Right
Just
to
missed it.
Bethards.
Picks up freshman Sarah Kate Steele.
I mean, just look at those gloves. Yellow and pink.
Yeah, those are
kind of
bright.
weird, but it looks pretty good.
Bright, bright.
Bottom 3.
Good take.
One and 0. Time.
Sarah Kate thinks Villanueva is taking a little too much time for her liking. Calls time backs out.
Villanueva, 40 pitches, 41, or no, now 42.
They try to back pick Kelly at first base, but she gets back in time.
Coach Sullivan said, send that right back where it came from. Let's hit it back up the middle.
Yeah.
1-1, pitch.
Big swing.
Hit to left, and the catch is applied by
Well,
left fielder Kaylee Moix.
Chipped away at it right there. Now we got to hold them. Try to get a couple more.
Leading off the top of the fourth, Azzy Morrow. Duncan still pitching. She's got a 1-0 count, no changes in the field. Morrow, the 5-hole third baseman, takes the 1-0, making it 2-0 now. Excuse me, 1-1. The 1-1 tomorrow. Ground ball, Reed bobbles it, picks it up. The throw to first is not there. Man. That's a hard hit ground ball, Chris, that you really need there for that out.
I don't know what to score that.
I don't think you – do you score an error there?
I don't know. Once again, I'm not the official scorer, so I'm just going to say nothing. I'm going to score it on here, but nobody's going to see what it is.
Strike one to Jackson.
You know, you kind of have to know if she had fielded it cleanly, would she have got her? And I can't answer that right now. What that, you know, you don't have advantage going back and looking at replay.
0-1.
I don't think it was clear. So most of the time in that situation, if it's not clear that she would have got her out, you give the advantage to the runner, to the batter runner. In that case, it would be a hit.
1-1. Cortland could have get in there. 2-1.
So I'm going to score the hit. That's what I'm going to do.
He's finally decided.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. I mean, you know, scoring it is a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah, if she picks that ball up, makes a wild throw, you've got to score it in there. She made a good throw.
2-1. Bunt's fouled off.
She stopped the ball. It was just the transfer got away a little bit.
Two. That one hit to left, spinning. And Porterfield will grab it for the first out.
All right.
No movement from the runner on first.
I'd like to leave her right there.
coming to the plate, your first baseman, number 27, Lakin Griffin.
Lakin Griffin
walked
7-hole.
twice tonight in this game. 3 singles in the first game. Slapper.
Attempted bunt.
Yep.
Did she pull it back?
Did she get back in time? I didn't think she did, but I guess he ruled that she did.
One 0. Make it 2-0 now. Make it 2-1 now. Duncan, put a pretty good showing out there today. I mean, other than the home run.
She came in at a really bad spot.
Really bad spot. She comes in with the clean batters, nobody on base. I think she does a little bit better than that. But, I mean, for a freshman in a varsity game, she's doing decent. Not her best performance. She's seen better. I mean, Valley View, JV, she obviously did really good. But then today, it's been all right. I mean, the way she came in, it's a hard situation for anybody to come into with bases loaded and 1 out.
So when she came in, was the first batter the home run or the second batter? I think it was the second batter. I think the first batter reached on a fielder's choice and got it over. So they weren't all her runners. Not that it matters, but
her ERA.
It does matter for that, yeah.
Okay, explain to me this. This is something I've been wondering my entire life. So, how does a pitcher get considered a win in a ball game?
So, okay, that's a good question. In softball, I can tell you in baseball, they got to go. I think they have to go 5 innings.
So in softball, do they go
First of all,
4?
well, no. Well, the starting pitcher needs to go 5 innings, but you could come in. There are some situations where you could come in like a tie ball game or down. Like say your team down's 4-3, and you come in the 7th and you pitch the 8th and 9th, and they win the ball game. Well, you get to win.
Yeah. What about the loss? Is it just whoever allows the most runs? So
No.
safe there. Reed tried to look back to third. Nobody there to cover. Throw to first was not there.
Then we've got bases loaded.
Sullivan is mad.
Yeah, he's. I'm not. Now, as far as getting a loss, if you give up a lead, you get the loss. If you're the starting pitcher and you go out with a behind, and your team winds up losing, yeah, now it can change. Like let's say when you're starting pitcher and you're down 3-0, and you come out of the game, but your team comes back and ties or goes ahead. Now you got no decision.
Okay.
Okay, you can't get the win, but you can't get to take the loss either. And then say a new pitcher comes in and you wind up losing the game, that pitcher would get the loss. But there's some inning limitations on your starters. I'm not quite sure what they are. I sure don't know what they are for softball and baseball. I think it's 5 innings. I don't think you can get a 10-0 lead in the first inning and come out and win the ball game 10-0 and get a win. I don't think it works like that. I think you have to get a minimum number of innings.
Strike one to
Kolkliger.
0-1. I'm going to call her Kolkliger. And
I think that's right.
Somebody corrects me after the fact. I'm sorry. 0-1. Hit. Toll. The throw home is there.
Her. The slide, she slid too early and didn't quite. She almost stopped before she got to home plate.
It's like when you're sliding on a slip and slide, but it's not that slick yet, and you don't go anywhere.
Right, you don't make it.
You don't go anywhere. That's what I'm taking there.
Yep. Back to the top, Lydia Bethers. We got 2 outs.
Two outs. Pitch from Duncan.
Despite what this feels like, we've got a chance to get out of this inning without a run scored.
1-0 from Duncan.
Another
Hit
shot
the
in
gap.
the gap right there.
That'll score 1.
Wow. They have hit that gap and the second base shortstop gap or second base first base gap
all night.
All night.
Left fielder number 19, Katie Moix.
Don't get me wrong, they're hard hit balls, but they're just little grounders and line drives are nothing just totally spectacular, but they are finding the spots.
They know where to, I mean, that's, you can't say that about many teams.
Well placed balls.
Want to know?
That scored Lakin.
Big things the next couple days at Vilonia. You've got the state track meet hosted by Vilonia tomorrow. Make sure you go out
Track's
to that.
already won the conference, right?
Yeah, they won the conference, which it really has it does not matter in state. It just comes down to points. We've qualified a lot of people, and our boys really, I mean, I hate to say it, they always have a shot, but it's not looking too bright for them. But the girls, on the other hand, are projected second. They've really got a shot to win it. 1 and 2.
What all events constitute a overall state championship?
So it's all the points. So basically, first place gets 10 points in an event. Second place is 8. I don't want to mess this up. But third place is 6. Fourth is
Do all the schools have to compete in the same number of events?
No. So you have to qualify for an event. You can either pre-qualify as there's a pass ball, another run will score. That was the pinch runner,
So
Hannah Eddington.
if you don't qualify for enough events, there's no way you can win it.
No. You've got to qualify. So, like, at you can qualify by getting top 4 at conference, or you can pre-qualify with a certain set time. So, like, you've got to run a 2-minute 800.
Okay.
Now, give me a moment. I'll see if I can remember how the point system works. Ground ball. Toll fires to first, not there, and one more will score. That's just a really weird hit ground ball.
Yeah, you saw Reed try to come over and cut that play off, which is the right play. You want your third baseman to be cutting diagonally across the field to cut some time off there, but it just gets by her, Toll's right behind her, and fields it cleanly and makes a good throw. Just wasn't in time. Another bouncing chopper. We've seen them all night.
So, yeah, in a normal event, first gets 10 points, second gets 8, third gets 6, fourth gets 5, fifth gets 4, sixth gets 3, seventh gets 2, eighth gets 1. Fouled off, making it 0-2. And so in that case, you'll see, and to qualify, you got to be top 4 or you got to, obviously pre-qualify. And so, like, our girls,
So you want to have kids qualified in every event.
Yes. But that's normally not the case. But, like, I'll go ahead and pull up.
Pretty tough to do.
Yeah, really tough. 0-2 outside. But, like, for tomorrow, we've only qualified one girl for girls pole vault. And that's going to be our only points there. She's projected 4th. But then your relay teams is different. So if you qualify your 4x4 team with this is a ground ball.
That's going to clear the bases.
Scores another. They'll score 2 more, making it 16-2. At the top of the 4th. But if you
Now coming to the plate, center fielder number 13, Audrey Giovanna.
it says 17-2 on their scoreboard.
17-2.
So it should be
17-2.
Should be. Oh yeah, no. We still got a bat.
Well, yeah, we're the home team this game.
17-2, the score. That one's high in the zone. But as I was saying about, like, say your relay team. Say, our normal 4x2 team is like Savannah King, Haven Buck, and the Burnham Twins. Well, what if we qualify with somebody else? You don't have to run that same team. You can swap whoever you want on a relay team. So if we had faster runners and they were okay with running even though they had other events, you can move them into that team. And we saw that last year. We qualified with some because we're just that stacked at a 4x8 team, we qualify with some of our
So could you run a
lesser
second team?
runners. No. You can only run one, but it's just like you may qualify with a certain girls, but they don't have to be the ones running in state. So that's where it gets tricky, is you don't know what teams are going to run who.
Yeah.
And you never have an idea who's going to win. That's why it's so unpredictable. 2-1, Duncan. Making it 3-1. Got a runner on second. The lead is 15. So hopefully the Eagles can get another run to keep this game alive. When they bat, you get 2 outs. The pitch from Duncan. Ground ball over to Sal. She'll dive, and her glove hits first, making the 3rd out. I thought she had time to get over to first, but then
I was saying she made a
trip,
step.
fell.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of tripped.
It must have been, who was the batter there? Was it 13? It was
That
13, DiGiovanna.
Yeah.
Must not have thought, she hit the gas. The Eagles need a run here to keep it alive. Down 15. Bottom of the 4th, Eagles trying to stay alive. Down 15. If
Gracie Reed.
we score 1 here, we'll stay alive. A ground ball by Reed. The pitch, what a pitch
Nice
there
play.
by Aubrey
You got to
Jackson.
give it to her there. That was a nice little backhanded pitch to get Reed. That was her only option to get her. Reed's moving down the line pretty close. That was one of those high choppers. She just picks it, backhands it to first.
That was cool.
Threw it. Normally when you do that, it doesn't quite go where you want it to. But, yeah, and she was on the run, running forward.
Looks like they've done it before.
That's a good play.
Her and Griffin. Now the senior Porter filled up. Takes that one in the hands inside.
Well, it's going to be hard to bet against Benton in the 5A state tournament right here.
The more I'm seeing them, the more confident I get about them winning it.
It's, they have just run ruled Bentonville. It's on Saturday. Run ruled us, who beat Bentonville.
And then are looking to do it again here.
Looking to do it again here.
That one hit to right center. And underneath it is Kolkliger. Thought it had a chance, and then it died out pretty quick.
Yep.
Down to the last out.
Come down to Savvy King. See if she get on base. Got to find a way here.
Got to. Well, the teams around the conference, Greenbrier played them 9-3 here. And then, who else? Farmington in a non-conference game played them 2-0, so it's not bad. Maumelle 9-3, 7-1 here at
They
Benton.
clearly have peaked their offensive performance in the last 3 games.
And then BB was 2-0 at BB, and then 5-2 Benton won both games. So you just never know. And then Sylvan is 9-3, 4-0 at Sylvan. They've really peaked as there's a bunt fouled off, making it 1-1. You still like seeing the girls be encouraging, though. That's the good sign right there. Still cheering their teammates on, saying, let's go, Savvy. 1-1. Takes it.
Yeah, they're still cheering. They better, because if they quit doing that, it's really going to get ugly on the ride home.
Sullivan will get mad. 2-1. Popped up to center. And the catch is made by Audrey DiGiovanna.
That'll do it.
Wow. If you would have told me we walked in here today, 2 run rules, I would have called you a liar, Chris. But this is a really, really talented Lady Panthers team.
Not the outcome we expected, not the outcome we were hoping for.
I mean, that's all you can say.
We came in here as a 2 seed. We're leaving here as a 2 seed.
Yeah.
So let's focus on Bryant Friday night, getting ready for state tournament.
Don't know who will play yet. I'll figure that out. We'll really figure it out Friday, I think.
Right.
Still waiting on Mountain Home and Van Buren to finish things up. They play tomorrow. Not each other, but they'll play different teams tomorrow, and so we'll see how that all shakes out. But the Eagles lose 2 here tonight, 2:15 in run rules, and we'll be the 2 seed. We'll play 5:30 next Thursday in the state tournament. But before that, we've got Bryant at home Friday night, senior night. Make sure you're out for that. But that's going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday night.
Eagles lose this one. Be there for senior night. For Connor Hudgens, Chris Lacey, this has been